Hi, welcome back to the channel. Coming up in this video, we head from Shropshire to beautiful North Wales. We agree to buy some very friendly locals and we arrive at the Llanberis Touring Park, which is the second Morris leisure site that we've stayed on this trip. We hop on board the Llanberis Lake Railway as we take a ride around Lake Padarn. We head for sun, sea and sand in Llandudno and we ride the spectacular Orme Tramway to the breathtaking views at the summit. So do come and join us on the next leg of our 2025 summer trip. We picked up on the A55 to North Wales and we took in the stunning views as we journeyed on into the Conwy Peninsula. We drove through the Conwy Tunnel and as you can see, Isabel was absolutely amazed. We were headed for the Llanberis Touring Park, owned by Morris Leisure in Llanberis, and it's perfectly placed for all the local attractions. The park is situated at the foot of the breathtaking Snowdon Mountain, so this park is ideal if you plan to reach the summit either on foot or, as we did, by the Snowdon Mountain Railway. Our stunning journey on the railway is featured in another video as part of this series. Once again, we received a fabulous welcome from this Morris leisure site and we pitched here for 7 nights. The cost was £329. That was for a hard standing pitch, that was in June, and arrivals are from 1 p.m. and departures no later than 12 noon. So here we are. We've had some lunch and we've set pretty much everything else up other than the awning. So while Peter is doing that, let's take a look around the site. The park is obviously very popular with people climbing Snowdon. I'm seeing lots of people walking off today. And it is only about a 10-minute walk. 10 to 15 minute walk into the village. And now we're coming round to the check-in area, obviously reception and the toilet facilities. In fact, all the facilities are right at the top of the park, but don't let that put you off because it's not far to walk at all because it's not a huge site. When you arrive at any Morris site, there's 2 lanes, so you have to check in here on the left-hand lane. Then obviously when you've checked in and everything, you just go through the barrier there. So come on, Isabel, let's go and do a dog walk. Again, absolutely stunning views everywhere you look on this park. All right, off we jolly well go. And this is not just a dog walk. This path does lead into the village, but it also has a walk through into the forest, which I'll show you. Start of the forest trail, and as I say, you're literally seconds away to reach this path from the site. On a day like today, which it's may seem dull, but it's 28 degrees and coming into the forest, well, it's just absolutely lovely and cooling. It's such a lovely walk, whether you're bringing the dogs or you just fancy a lovely walk yourself. It's so peaceful, the birds are singing. And of course Isabel's enjoying her dog walk. The little bridge. Over we go, Isabel. So here we we are at Llanberis Lake Railway. Gonna enjoy this. It's a little steam train that takes you all around the lake. It took us about 20 minutes to walk here from the campsite. We'll show you the footpath shortly, and it's great because it just brings you straight out into the village. So we'll see you on the train. Some portable toilets. And some information on the history of the train. Just see the steam just through the trees. You ready? We picked up the fares and the timetable just by googling Llanberis Lake Railway. It depends on different days and things, so you'll have to check out the times of when you want to travel. It's Sunday and I think we've caught the last train. It is a round trip, and it's going to leave at 3:25. So just do a little Google. I will put it in the comments just so you can just click on there. But yeah, just make sure that you do check your time so you're not disappointed. And here it is, fast and furious. It just suddenly popped out of nowhere, didn't it?
What?
It's sending out a lot of steam, this one. It's cute. So the tickets are £11 per adult, and that is a return trip. But if you have concessions, it is £10.
And I've got my concession.
You're coming yourself for something.
Exactly. Oh, over 60. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Good on you. So what are your thoughts on the Lakeside Railway?
It was very nice. Chugging along there, nice views.
It's really good, wasn't
See
it?
it everywhere.
I didn't realise how long you would be on it. It's like 50 minutes.
Yeah. I think it's an absolute bargain as well. I mean, it cost us £21 for the
I know.
for an hour's run out in the
Yeah,
train.
it was lovely.
Staff were nice.
Yeah. And we've come for a drink.
I was a bit parched.
And as usual, we pop for a liquid refreshment. But we're absolutely intrigued because we stop for a drink here. And why have a drink? You can...
Wash your pants.
Yeah, you can do your laundry. So that's a first. Unique. So today we are heading off for sea and sand. We are going to Llandudno. It's about 40 minutes from Llanberis campsite, Morris Leisure, and we're gonna give the tram car a go. We've heard and read a lot about it, and we're gonna get fish and chips, and I'm sure there'll be some ice cream on the go as well. So come with us. We will let you know how we get on in terms of parking and all of that, but we'll see you at the seaside. We are approaching into Llandudno now, and as you could see on the previous videos, it was such a pretty drive, very coastal, and it was really lovely, especially because it's sunny. We have already put in a postcode that we did a little bit of research to get easy access to the tram car, and it is on York Road. I will put that into the comments so you can find it, and obviously we have to find it as well because we've not been before, but this is quite in good reasonable walking distance of the tram car. So we'll see you soon. So we just walked down this street, Glody Street, and it's just so, I don't know if I can describe it, is Victorian, and it's just absolutely lovely. I know it always looks nicer in the sunshine, but it's just a lovely little area, just full of bars and restaurants, just lovely. So what we've decided to do first is go and have a little look around for some fish and chips, and then we're gonna go onto the tram. So some lunch first and then take it from there. We're just coming onto the promenade now. And in the background, I don't know if you can hear, but the famous Punch and Judy show. I'll have to have a little look at that. Just look at this fabulous promenade. I've driven through, or we both obviously have driven through Nice before, and it's definitely got a feel of that, because in Nice is, if you've been, just this very Victorian feel, and that's just what it's like here. I've been to Llandudno before, but we just drove through, didn't we? And but this is just lovely. So here we go.
Everybody shout three. Everybody shout Judy as loud as you can. Now you will do that for me this time, won't you, everybody? Off I go again. Well, that was better. I heard you that time. But I'll go shopping. I don't wait a minute.
Llandudno Show in Llandudno has been running for 160 years. It began in 1860 with Richard Cudman, who established the show on the Llandudno Promenade, and it's now run by its fifth generation of the Codman family. It's actually known as Britain's oldest Punch and Judy show. Well, I never. So we're going to leave that all behind and find some fish and chips.
There's your fish and chips.
And this looks a good place.
And there's the shoot.
The little shoot of chips. The chip shoot. I think you put your order in the other side.
Yeah.
This is collection.
Oh, true.
So if you come here, this separate area is this collection area. And we were waiting in there and we haven't even put our order in yet. So we found a little spot to have our fish and chips. We've got our fish and chips. And I couldn't think of a nicer place to come and sit, to be honest. We're on the pier and we've got this fabulous view. And the sun's shining and it's absolutely gorgeous, so we're going to enjoy. So as I said, great area, but we've got a good story to tell you now.
Cheapest fish and chips going. Well, when we got to the kiosk, someone had already ordered some fish and chips, but for some reason they paid for it and then they just wandered off. So we decided we'd have them.
So I just said, oh, it's okay, I'll have them, I'll have that one, and then he had to put another one in for you, didn't he?
Yeah, so we've had 2 fish and chips and 2 cans of pop. And he says, oh, well, he says the fish and chips has already been paid for. He says, so I'll just charge you for the one. Happy days.
So if you're wandering around Llandudno, I've got your fish and chips.
Yeah, £13 for 2 fish lots. But it's like being back in the olden days.
How honest was he though? He didn't need to be honest,
No.
right? Never mind. And Sammy the seagull is absolutely desperate, but he's kind of very polite. He's sort of sat there. I think he is waiting to be given something rather than come and pinching that we have had in Cornwall many a time. But he just keeps opening his mouth, waiting for a piece of fish or a chip, and then he squawks a bit. But I have to admit, he's very polite.
Leave you a bit of chip.
He's waited patiently.
Yeah.
So we've had fish and chips and we're walking it off. We're going to the tram. It's a clairvoyant here if you fancy seeing into the future. So we've just walked up here and the tram is just ahead. So we're parked. It was really good if we were coming straight at the tram, wasn't it? So here we are, approaching the station. It's the Great Orme Tramway. We definitely recommend a trip on the Llandudno Orme Railway. It really is one of Llandudno's, in our opinion, one of the biggest tourist attractions. And it's absolutely fantastic, offering scenic views right to the top of the Great Orme. It travels from Victoria Station as we've approached now, and it reaches the summit of the Great Orme in limestone headland, and it really is stunning. The railway actually travels through the streets as it passes up to the summit, and it opened in 1902, and it's one of the only remaining cable car hauled tramways operating on public roads in Britain. you will see that it does have two sections as you ascend up to the summit. And you do have to change trains from one to the other to get from halfway to the summit. Once at the summit, there is a visitor centre, cafe, gift shop, that sort of thing. But most of all, the fantastic views, and all the way up to the summit, the views are absolutely breathtaking. An adult ticket is between £10.85 and £11.85. Children between the age of 3 and 16 travel for £7.75 or £8.95. It really does depend on the time of the season, and they're the current 2025 prices. Of course, do check out the website for the most up-to-date opening times and pricing, and I will drop that into the description. And just one other piece of advice, you may have to queue for a little bit. We waited nearly 40 minutes to get onto the next train. We arrived just as one was leaving and it was pretty full, and on a great day like this I wouldn't have expected anything else, and I promise it really is worth it. It's a little bit windy. So this is the change to the next train or tram. It's waiting for us. And off we go, back to Llandudno. Yeah. It's a nice time to do it with all of the lovely colours, isn't it? That's it, we're back. So, what did you think of the
That was fantastic.
It was absolutely brilliant. It's something that didn't really know existed in Llandudno. And it's not just your average seaside town. It's not run down or anything, is it? It's absolutely lovely. Yeah. So we're heading back to the seafront and we're gonna have an ice cream. We were gonna have one on the summit, but we decided we'd rather get back down in the sunshine. It wasn't cold, but it was a little bit breezy and very much cooler up there, wasn't it? So I think ice cream is to be eaten in the sun. So we'll see you shortly. Right, so we're back on the pier, and as I said, we're out looking for some ice cream. The sun is gorgeous, and there's something just lovely. I think just walking along a lovely promenade along the pier, isn't it? It is, and I just love the smells of like a seaside. You've got the fish and chips, the candy floss, donuts, all the things you shouldn't have, of course. But Llandudno is just a lovely seaside town. Just that, I can't get enough of that feeling. Absolutely stunning. There goes.
Here we are.
With a flake too. Oh, nice, isn't it?
Lovely.
So this lovely day finally came to an end, and we can honestly say we had an absolutely fantastic time here in Llandudno. Whether you're looking for local attractions like the Orme Railway, or if you just simply want to walk along this stunning seafront in this beautiful Welsh seaside town, you will have a fantastic time. If you've enjoyed this video, please join us on the third episode of our Summer 2025 summer break as we take you to the summit of Mount Snowdon on the Snowdon Mountain Railway. We'd really appreciate it if you can help us to grow our channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and of course leave us a comment. See you next time.